Hey everybody, Seth with Everyman Prepping, and boy do we have a lot to talk about. It won't be a long video, I'll keep it concise because I know everybody's busy and we got stuff to do, but we have a lot to talk about with what's coming up probably next few days, maybe this weekend, because, well, of all the eliminations that have happened in the Mideast, with the Hamas, Hezbollah, the RGC, we're going to get into that. What's going on at the funerals, what's going to happen afterwards. We're going to talk about all that news. Then we're going to hit about what's going on with Ukraine and Russia. Is that going somewhere? Is that escalating? Is that coming down? Prisoner swap today. Everybody's acting like we're best friends with Russia now. Not what that is. That's, as if I take a side tangent here, that's prisoner swapping. Dmitry Medvedev's already come out and said, these people have to pay for their treason, but sometimes it's better to get our people back. And he made a hint that, well, those people will probably be going into the witness protection program. I don't know if that's a threat that they're going to try to find him or not, but he's basically saying this isn't a friendship deal. We want our people back. We gave you some. We like our people more. I don't think it's a big friendship deal. It's not no, we're not really close with Russia now. Everything's good. That's what Biden's saying today, so don't let them gaslight you on that. Then we'll end up the video. We're going to talk a little bit about the financial world here back in the United States. So stay tuned for that. And now let's go ahead and get started as we do. If you take the time, please subscribe if you haven't done so. If you enjoy this, please hit that subscribe button, like it, comment down below questions on what the news I'm presenting. Do you have questions on what's going on? Do you have intel for your neighborhood or your location? You don't have to give it away. You can just say what's going on in your area, what you're seeing. Anything else, write it down below. Very quick to respond to most comments down below. So feel free to do that. Now let's start with here. This is in Tehran. This is the building that was blown up that had the Hamas, the leader of Hamas in it. His name is Ismail. I'm looking at my paper here. Ismail Haniyeh, I believe is how you pronounce it. Probably butchering it. But first it was thought to be a missile. Let's see if I can blow this up for you a little bit. So first it was thought to be a missile. Now it's coming out today that it was a bomb planted maybe 2 months ago. Planted probably by Israeli Mossad or someone. Saying that word, probably just got this YouTube video flagged. We will see. Make sure you hit that like button so we can fight that algorithm. Put a comment below to fight the YouTube algo. Anyway, you can see the section they have kind of draped off here. That's where the explosion was. Like I said, reports coming out could have been 2 months ago. It's a guest house. You would think if the Hamas leader is going to stay there, they would have swept it. It'd be a routine thing. I don't know. First thought, people thought it was a drone strike. I put it out before that there was no chance, I believe there was a drone strike or an airstrike because of the refueling, crossing over Jordan and Iraq. Planted bomb makes more sense to me. We shall see. But, that took out that leader. And then, we had the Hezbollah, one of the Hezbollah main leaders, not the main one, not Nasrallah, but one of them in Beirut, Lebanon, was hit by Israel as well and killed. And based on the same day, the United States and Iraq took out an IRGC commander. So we had 3 main deaths, all related to Iran and Hezbollah and the other militias that are around there, all taken out within a few days. We've all seen that. The funerals are going on right now today and yesterday. There's a 3-day period where the Muslims mourn and do the funerals. So any retribution is probably going to be coming back on Friday, Saturday, United States time. When all that's over with. The supreme leader, the Ayatollah Khomeini in Iran, has said, yes, we will strike back. It's going to be worse than the April one. We shall see, because they kind of telegraphed everything there. They shot a lot of missiles. Most were shot down. But we shall see what's going on there. Let's continue on here. Today, Hassan Nasrallah, the leader of Hezbollah, gave a little speech, and some things that came out of that. He said, they started a problem with everyone. He means Hezbollah, Yemen, the RGC, the militias. That's what he's talking about. They don't know where the retaliation will come from. Now, from northern Palestine, from eastern Palestine, from southern Palestine. He's talking, north from Hezbollah, from the east coming in from Iran, basically, and some of the militia, and from the south from Yemen. It could come from anywhere, is what he's saying. It could come from all of them. If they were smart, they probably would do a 3-prong attack to, strain the Iron Dome system and the U.S. We're going to get into what the U.S. is doing to help out here in a minute. It says, will the retaliation come at the same time or will it come in different phases? Question mark. He wants them to guess. Israel does not know where it's headed. So there's some threats coming out of there. Here we have the U.S. Navy has sent a flotilla, a bunch of 12 surface ships to the Middle East to defend against any attack. We're going to be having a hand in this. We're going to be participating in this. So does that blow back on us here? Are there certain groups that are kind of hiding out in the United States waiting for this? Is there cyber attacks waiting to happen? We shall see. No one knows. Continuing off that, here's another picture of the ships. Like I said, 12 ships headed to the Mediterranean so they can help in anti-air, maybe doing some attacks, counter battery. I don't know, but U.S. is prepping for all that. And then this is a shot that came across from Tehran. This is, someone saying that this vehicle here is some kind of air defense. Who knows, being put around the place. That's for in a response attack from Israel if, they go ahead and attack back. So could this escalate to regional war? Yes. Could it escalate to more of a world war? Yes, also. Why is that? Well, China's already come out and said they condemned the attack inside of Tehran on the Hamas leader. They support, Iran and what they're doing. They said they supported that. Russia's also come out saying they support Iran. They condemn the attacks both in Beirut and in Tehran. So you got Russia and China supporting them. So if this escalates more, they can get involved as well. So we shall see. We shall know in a couple days, I think. Probably Friday night, Saturday. We shall see if anything comes around of that. So what you can do with that? Well, oil prices might spike. Other things might happen. So top everything off. Do you have, everything, all last minute things you want to buy? Do you want to, in case things happen on the home front here because of retaliation from groups within the United States? Maybe you don't want to go somewhere for a few days if, something starts happening. Not that it will, but you just got to be ready for it. So that's just keep your ears and, head on a swivel, ear to the ground, so the moment something starts happening, you're ready to go. All right, what else we got? We got Ukraine receiving the first of F-16s. They said they got 6 F-16s, 20 more on the way. There's video out saying there was a first sorties were flown. I don't know if I believe that video or not. I'm kind of waiting for a lot more better proof on that. But they say they have 6 planes. There's probably a 99.5% chance they were flown by NATO pilots because the Ukrainian pilots have had almost less than a year training. You don't put a U.S. pilot training in a F-16 in a combat without a year's worth of training. You're not wasting a plane on that. So when you're in the cockpit and they got the helmet on, you can't see them. They're gonna be NATO pilots flying across there. When the first one gets down, do the pilots not recover? We're gonna find out, but they will be NATO pilots. That's my guess. That's what I'm going with on that. And what's Russia going to do? They're going to try to shoot them all down as fast as they can or bomb where they're stationed or whatever. So that's going to come next. That's the next step there. What do we have Russia doing? I'll play this real quickly. We have Russia doing their third nuclear drills over there. They're getting their Iskander missile systems. They're training them, putting them out there. This is the third one, the third stage or whatever you want to call it. But, they're prepping the nuclear forces. This is for tactical nukes, strategic nukes, both. Show of force. Probably, but that's going on as well. We go to this video, you can see some more. It says Russia's southern and central military districts have begun combat training with the Iskander-M missiles. They carry nuclear weapons, of course. This exercise stage aims to maintain the readiness of personnel and equipment for Russia's non-strategic, that'd be tactical, smaller nuclear weapon combat units. So we got that going on because, yes, you train how you fight how you train, so you want to train. The fact they're doing so much of this, does that lead to something or rather not? I don't know. Now, ending up, let's go back to the United States and see what's going on financially. I want to hit on this really quick. And we have this. We have Hershey. Hershey slides as the CEO warns consumers are pulling back on discretionary spending. Yeah, no kidding. The Fed yesterday said they're not going to lower interest rates. Probably going to do it in September because, there's an election coming. There's no meeting in October. Nowhere but too late. So they're definitely going to lower in September because of the election. Is that going to cause inflation to go up more? Yes, because money will be cheaper and there'll be more money. But besides that, people have no money because of inflation. And so consumers are pulling back on discretionary goods like chocolate and candies and stuff. They also said, we got McDonald's, Nestle, and Pepsi hurting. No kidding, because when, if you can't afford to put regular grocery store food on the table and pay your rent and your higher insurance and your higher car insurance and all that stuff, are you going to McDonald's and you buying cookies and sodas and all that? Some people will because they're addicted to them and they can't get away from it. But no, you're going to cut back because you're going to start buying the basic needs. People are going to revert back just to the basics. We're going to buy some bread, some lunch meat, some water, maybe some milk, and we can't do all that other stuff. So you're going to start seeing this impact more as companies do their earnings. As earnings season comes, you're going to start seeing that. So we have that economic note. And then we go on to see this. This was, came out from this gentleman here is a financial guy. He says, this is a quote from someone. We have a 30-year-old family member who works on the assembly line building Peterbilt trucks, the giant semi-trucks, hauling goods, right? You need those for good economy, need more trucks. People buy new trucks, poor economy, the exact opposite. So let's see what he says. He has seniority and works the first shift. He was told not to come to work next week, shutting down the assembly line for a week due to lack of orders. No trucks being ordered. The only other time this has happened in the last 7 years was during the lockdown period, which no one was working. So, people not ordering semi-trucks because not enough goods are being transported, because people aren't buying goods, another economic indicator. And the last economic indicator, a 120-year-old furniture chain to shut down all 380 stores in the coming weeks. And they're going to sell the rest of their stuff. I can't remember the name of the store. Let's see if it's now David Morgan's the silver guy. But yeah, they're going to be shutting down all these furniture stores. When 120-year-old store, 120 years they've been around. They survived a lot of downturns. They survived the 70s inflation, the 80s. They survived, the lockdown. They survived, 120 years. The last depression was within 120 years. They're not surviving now. Is it because of the financial crisis? Yes. Is it maybe due to overregulation, other stuff? Maybe, but a huge economic indicator. So we have all those economic indicators telling us that we're going to be in trouble here. Things are going to start getting bad. And I don't have the chart pulled up right now. Maybe while I'm talking here, I can find it. Is the 10 2-year yield spread as it gets closer to the zero mark after it's been negative. Basically indicator of recession. It's foolproof. It's, basically happens 100% of the time. So let me pull that up really quick, then I'll put it on the screen here for you to see. All right, here we go. I got it. Let's see. Here we go. So this is it right here. And this is the 10-year Treasury minus the 2-year. Every time it's gone negative in the past, many of you have seen this before. If you're new to the channel, it's probably the first time. But every time it's been negative, so you take the 10-year yield minus the 2-year. If it's a negative, that means you're earning more on short-term bonds. Well, after that, you get a recession. That's these gray bars. Negative, recession, negative, recession. Foolproof. All the way back to 90 or so. I can go back further for you if you want. I can go back to the 80s. Every time it went negative, there's a recession. Well, you can see we've been negative for a long time. We've been negative since basically June of 2022. And we're getting close. As you can see, it's gotten close. It's close. Right now, we're at negative 0.2. So, the other time it's been this negative, so here was in the lower 80s, and we had a long recession. This is going to be the mother of all recessions. And that's why I brought the financial news. This proves it. When this crosses the line, it doesn't have to cross the line like it did here, in 82. It starts a recession. So get ready. Get financially secure. If you can save any money, save it. I don't know if you want to put in the bank or buy assets with it, but it's coming. And that's proof of what I just showed you there. So that's all I have for you today. Hopefully you got something out of this. Like I said, if you have intel to share or comments, please put them down below. And until next time, keep your ear to the ground, head on a swivel.